have you ever been in a situation where you felt like quitting TikTok as well? Because obviously you keep getting banned. And I have felt like that at times. You don't get that crazy where you literally dragged me to the floor. My hand was pouring out of blood. So I had to use my mate's top. And there was people asking for pictures. I'm like, can you see my hands? Like, I need to go and get to the... You know what I mean?
Hey guys, and welcome to the second episode of the Immature podcast. We of course joined with Gio and Ollie, if you'd like to.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
Hi. And today it's a very special episode with a very special guest. He has over 230,000 followers on TikTok, over 5.4 million likes, and has got one of the most famous catchphrases on TikTok. It is, of course, Luke Bennett. How are you doing, mate?
I'm good, lad, you?
I'm alright, mate. I'm very, very good.
Good.
Let's get straight into it. We'll start with your journey, lad.
Yeah.
How did you start TikTok? How did you get into it, and why did you?
Well, obviously I've been on TikTok for a few years. Obviously I used to never post, and then in January when obviously Boris announced the third lockdown, I thought, you know what, I'm going to start posting on here, just to keep myself entertained really, and just see how it goes. So I just started doing whatever was trending. So I did a little video. I only wanted to try and get to 1K followers so I could just go live. But obviously it started, I'd say January, February. It was smooth, slowish. And then when March hit, it started hitting 10K, 20K, 30K. And then when April hit, obviously I hit 100K in April. And then it took me 3 months to get to 100K followers. And then it took me 3 weeks to get from 100K to 200K followers.
Wow.
What was crazy. I think April was the month when I peaked. Obviously my views are not as high now. They're still pretty decent. So yeah.
Good, mate. Wow. But you've had a good journey so far, haven't you?
Yep. So far, yeah.
So, was there any particular video that sort of just went crazy?
It was probably obviously the Q&A thing on TikTok. I think that got introduced February, I think it was. So I thought I'll just give this a go, just see what happens. And then I think someone asked me. I think the first big one, I think, was scoring the winning penalty in the World Cup final or something.
Yeah.
And then I think one was obviously can't time off reach, what you guys have probably heard. Yeah. And then I just did my get out thing, and then people started to pick up on that and in the comments putting get out, duetting my videos, get out, acting my stuff out. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to carry on with doing this, just see what happens. And then it become one of the top trending things across the country. That's unbelievable.
What a rise.
It was really weird how it all sort of that whole sort of Q&A thing came about and everything, because it was just really random and you just made it your own now.
Yeah.
How did you get the idea for it? I mean, for just answering these random questions and people just
well,
have you done acting in the past?
No, well, I didn't pick drama at school, but we in my year, I think it was year 10, we got offered to do basically the same qualification as people who did drama at BTEC level. I just thought, you know what, I'll just see what happens. And obviously with that, I got a distinction in that. I never thought I'd go into any acting or anything like that, because obviously I want to go into my coaching and stuff like that. But with this, I thought, you know what, I'll just give it a go, because I'll be honest with you, I used to be quite a shy kid when I was in school and that. And I think with TikTok and that, I never thought I'd put my face on a camera. I just thought, you know what, I'll just give it a go, see what happens. And that's when people started to put the questions in. And obviously some of them are proper random. But people enjoy it, and that's why I keep doing it, because people enjoy it. And if people enjoy it, I'm going to keep doing it. But yeah, it just come out of nowhere. The get out thing, I just randomly said in one video, and then people obviously kept picking up on it. And I thought, I'm just going to keep continuing putting it in my content and that. And people still enjoy it now. What's crazy?
Well, obviously, you just mentioned your, how you want to go into coaching. Is that what you'd like to do then in the future, or is do you want to obviously carry on with TikTok and do that as well?
People have asked me this. I've just finished college and now I'm going university September to do coaching and that. And people have asked me, would you ever drop your university course for social media? I wouldn't say at the minute, because don't get me wrong, I've got quite a lot of followers on TikTok, but at the minute it's not enough to make a living off. But if I started to grow on other social media platforms, what I'm currently in the making of doing on some of the other ones, and putting some work into my Twitch and that, what you guys will see soon. I'm going to try and do some more stuff on there. Obviously, my Instagram's coming along pretty well. I might have some big collabs coming soon with some people on other social media platforms, and they might be able to get me sponsorships and that. With like, there's one, I don't know if you've heard of him, Ben, the freestyler. He works for Nike.
Yeah.
I'll speak with him quite a lot, and he's on about trying to get me potentially a sponsorship with Nike. He can't guarantee anything because obviously he works with Nike football. He doesn't work with actual Nike, but he has said he'll try to if he can. I don't know if have you heard of Ogden before, like Theo and that.
Yeah.
I've spoke with him a few times. I was in when I was at the Champions League final. I was in his vlog. I don't know if you guys saw. I was on he joined my TikTok live. There was him, Ben, and a few others, and they was doing my get out thing in the middle of the streets in Porto. It was crazy. I never thought people like that would like message me or follow me. Obviously, I've messaged Ollie Ball and that he's messaged me about a few things, and there's been a few others as well, like other big creators and that. But I never thought it would get to this stage, to be honest. TikTok's only to be a side thing, really. I wanted to focus on with my coaching and that because I used to manage a team and that. I've been coached since I've been 14, so I've always been wanting to do it in sport and that of coaching, particularly in football. But yeah, it just depends. If it goes the way it's going and keeps going higher and higher, then I might be in a situation where I'll have to maybe drop coaching to focus on social media more. But at the minute, it's still a side thing. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of work still, because obviously I don't know if you guys see my TikToks and that. On a Thursday I'll go out to film in different places, like doing random ones. Every week on a Thursday I do that, me and my mates, we go all different places. We're starting local, we're going to start going a bit further afield as well. People have asked me about meet and greets, so I'm starting to plan stuff like that. So it might get to a stage where I might have to decide, if you know what I mean, which one I want to proceed more with in the future.
So more about like sort of when you're starting and stuff. Like, were your family really like supportive, like, especially now when you've got such a big sort of following and everything?
Yeah, I mean, it was well, my mum, my dad, and my little brother were all on posting on TikTok before me. They tried to get me posting in the first lockdown last year. And I said, no, I'm not going to never post on me on a camera. You must be having a laugh. And I did, like, I think there was one with my mum. Like, I did one with her, then Wales, and that got like over 150k views on her thing. I think that's the only one I really did. But then I thought, in this lockdown, obviously the winter and that, I thought we're going to be inside more because it's too cold. Obviously, you could go on your walks and that, but it'd be too cold, if you know what I mean. So I thought to help with my mental health as well, and I thought to try and help with other people's mental health as well, and just try and be positive vibes throughout lockdown. And I've had people message me saying it has helped with their mental health, what has meant a lot to me, if you know what I mean. I've had quite a few people message me about that, what's meant a lot to me, to be honest. So yeah.
What are the things that you do sort of outside of TikTok? Obviously, you know, TikTok runs in the Bennett family, it seems. But, so, like, what things do you like to do?
Well, obviously, I've mentioned my coaching already. Obviously, I go play football with my mates a lot. Play football. I work at the Goals Soccer Centre. I work at there. I originally started last year just for the first lockdown, just like doing kids parties and like a coach and that. And then I started doing coaching down there as well. I was a COVID marshal up until yesterday, so I was on the door obviously with the COVID rules and that. But I'm on like the reception and bar a bit more, so I've got like a little part-time job as well. On top of everything else. But it is a busy life, to be honest, with social media, with work. Obviously, when I was at college as well, obviously I'm going to university as well. So it is quite busy to fit everything in. But I do somehow manage to fit it all in. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. We do have a few questions off some people.
Okay.
Now, the first one is going to be off Charlotte Stanton. And it's a bit of a weird one.
That's a good question.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Oh.
Important question.
Probably Ariana Grande, to be honest. She's pretty fit and good looking, to be honest. So yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man,
Yes.
Right, what we got on next? Oh, I think this is probably one of the better questions we got. In what way has your life sort of changed since you became sort of this big TikTok sensation?
I mean, I get recognised a lot more. That's probably the big thing. Like I can be walking in the streets with my mum and that, and have people run up. Oh, can I have a picture of you? And it's crazy how like people like come up to me and ask for pictures like this. I never expected it when I first started posting on TikTok. And yeah, I mean, I was down, for the Euro final. I was down Wembley. I didn't get a ticket, but I was just down there for the atmosphere. We stopped in a hotel, and it generally felt like I was some celebrity down there because I had like 20 phones in front of me at once. If you I was getting dragged to like have pictures and that, and it was just I had beer ticked over me, everything. It was crazy. But to be honest, it's what I enjoy doing, and so like for people to recognise me like that, at first, don't get me wrong, it was like, wow, this is just crazy, but I'm used to it now a bit more, if you know what I mean. So it's not as much of a shock for me now as it was a few months ago.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
Do you ever have any like bad public experiences? Would you say with?
I've had a few. I have had when people drive past me in the cars. I've had a few people shout like quite some nasty abuse to me, but I'll just ignore it. I have people obviously in the comments on some of my videos and that, especially right now saying, "Oh, your content's dying," blah 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 blah. But I'm not being funny. If my content was dying, I wouldn't still be having like 200-300k views on some videos, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I feel like saying to some of them who have got like only like 50 followers. But I just ignore it, to be honest. Let it go over my head. Exactly. Obviously, with TikTok at the minute, I don't know if you guys have seen, they keep banning me for literally no reason.
Yeah, it's true.
There was one earlier, wasn't it? You
it
said
was
anything,
a comment. It was a comment from 6 days ago. I can't even remember what video it was on.
I remember seeing.
I think it was something like, yes, lads, that's good lol or something like that. And they've banned me for that.
That is such a joke.
I mean, I've appealed against it. If they get back to me, they do. But I'm banned on my main account until Thursday morning now. But I will be posting my backup account. But people have asked me in the past, have you ever been in a situation where you felt like quitting TikTok as well? Because obviously you keep getting banned. And I have felt like that at times. But I feel like I can't let my fans down now. I've got to this stage, if you know what I mean.
Just keep going, you've got so far.
I'll just keep coming back.
Definitely. Well, there's one from Ollie Brimble. And it is what is Luke's dream job, but we assume it's coaching, right?
Yeah.
So there you are. That's that.
We can assume that one.
Yeah.
What one should we go next? Oh, it's a good one. This is from actually the hashtag United manager's son himself. He said, other than Wolves, do you support any other teams like your local non-league side? And he's also asked when you're making your way to a hashtag United.
Well, where I live, there's a team. Obviously, I live in a place called Dudley. You've got Dudley Town. I've been to support them a few times. And you've got Tividale Football Club that's down the road from me. Well, my mate, Jack Mills, his name is, he plays for the Tividale team and that. He's trying to break into the first team and that. So I'll go and watch him sometimes and obviously support them. So yeah, I do support obviously the local little teams. Obviously, my main team's Wolves and that. But yeah, the teams like Dudley and Tividale FC. So yeah. And also to the hashtag thing as well. Maybe we can sort something out soon.
Hey, there you are, Alice. There you are, mate.
I'm sure he'd love to see you down there.
Definitely.
We have a
Right,
question from Kane, who's asked, "What is your biggest fear?"
My biggest fear? So I haven't really got a big fear, but I don't like, when balloons pop. It might sound crazy, but when balloons pop, it literally just makes me jump, and I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack or something. I don't like. I mean, yesterday when I was at work, there was like a kid's pop, and I was clear about it, and they asked me to pop the balloons, and I looked at them like, "Are you serious?" And like, I literally had to go in the corner where no one could see me while I was popping them.
Popping and screaming.
But, yeah.
Imagine a video of that. That would have been a good TikTok.
that probably would have. But, yeah.
My God, we have another from Sam saying, "What division are you in on FIFA?"
Division I'm in. I'm I'm in Division 5. I used to play FIFA a lot. I used to foot champs every week, especially through the lockdown and that. But now I probably just... The only real time I go on FIFA is when I stream on my Twitch.
Yeah.
But obviously, like I said earlier in this, I am looking at doing more on Twitch as well. So maybe longer streams. I have got some plans. What you guys will see in the future. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. We're working on some stuff. Me and one of my business managers will help me out on TikTok as well.
Okay.
He's doing all like the behind the scenes stuff with me as well. So there might be some big stuff coming on Twitch soon as well.
Very decent. Make sure you go check his Twitch out. You know, link below.
All of the social media links below.
Yes, all of them are below.
This one you like from Lewis says, how do you get your hair to look so good? He says.
My hair. Well, believe it or not, I used to always have it spiked up. Obviously, I don't show it on camera anymore. Obviously, my hair's always like flat or something. But literally, all I have is literally a grade 1 on the sides and back and a little trim on top. That's literally all I have. It's nothing spectacular. But I did before, obviously, I used to post on TikTok and that. I did used to have my hair spiked up. I think people ask me for like a random hair tutorial, the ones with how I used to have my hair spiked, and I did do that. But I think there's only about 1 or 2 videos on my channel on TikTok where my hair spiked. Every other one is just with it down.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They got their barber.
Yeah. Oh my god. Right. Right, we have another one from Big Daddy, his name is. And it is wow. What did you think of England's performance in the Euros?
Tough subject.
Honestly, outstanding. For us to get to first ever European Championship final, and obviously the first final since '66, was amazing. I thought the performances were decent. Don't get me wrong, people have said, oh, well, you had home advantage, blah, blah, blah. Yes, 5 out of our 6 games were at Wembley, but that's what UEFA decided to do for this Euros, obviously all across Europe, so it's down to what UEFA did. But honestly, big up to the boys. Obviously, we got to the final. We was unlucky, especially when I think the whole country, when Shaw scored in the second minute. I mean, I was down Wembley in a hotel where I was watching the game, and it was just crazy scenes down there, even outside the ground and that. So I can't imagine the scenes inside the ground. But obviously, they got the equaliser and penalties. But while we're on that subject, obviously the racial abuse, what Saka, Sancho and Rashford got after, that was disgusting. I do not agree with that. I did put a video up as well about that for people for not doing that. And how they did to Rashford's memorial as well. That was disgusting. It doesn't matter what colour skin you have or anything. Anyone can miss a penalty, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, literally.
So simple as anything.
But hopefully we go again next year at the World Cup.
End of the day, we got there. We go again next year. We we come back stronger. You know,
Yeah.
Definitely. There's so much potential
about it. I hate thinking about it. An awful tour. Just an awful end. There was that 60 minutes. We were very excited.
Yeah. Well, there's another question from someone else called Alfie. And who is your favourite Wolves player?
Favourite Wolves player? A lot of people ask me this all the time. I'll probably go with Raul Jimenez. Because obviously the goals he gets for us. Obviously, you guys probably saw, and a lot of people saw what happened to him last season against Arsenal when he fractured his skull. It was nice seeing him back against Crewe Alexander last that day for the first. He only played 30 minutes, but it was nice seeing him back on the football field because a lot of players who have a fractured skull, obviously there's only been a couple who have come back. A lot don't, if you know what I mean. So for him to come back after a fractured skull, big up to him.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's so clinical in front of goal. He's just so
get back to his finishing because it
definitely.
It was just awful.
I think that's what last season we missed with Jimenez. I think if we would have had Jimenez throughout the whole season, I think we would have challenged for Europe. Obviously, finished 12th, still decent finish. But from the 2 previous seasons, finishing 7th and 7th, it's a bit of a drop. But hopefully, we go this upcoming season and do a bit better.
Well, I've got a quick question. How did you feel about Nuno leaving? Obviously.
I'll be honest with you. I was shocked and I wasn't because I could see in his face throughout the season he wasn't happy. From rumours also, I thought he left because he wanted to go back to Portugal with his family and that. But I feel like he's betrayed us a little bit by joining Spurs literally straight after. But yeah, don't get me wrong, he's the best manager in my lifetime I've seen at Wolves. Obviously getting us from the Championship. First season in the Premier 7th, into Europe, into quarter-final of the Europa League. into an FA Cup semi-final, another 7th place finish. You know, he's done a lot for us, but we'll see what happens under Bruno Lage now. He seems like a decent manager, so we'll see what happens.
What are your thoughts on him? The new guy?
I mean, he when he was at, was it Benfica? Was that one of the teams in the Portuguese league? He broke a few records in there, didn't he, with them? I believe. I think it was the highest amount of goals a team scored in the Portuguese league ever. I think it was either 92 or 95. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on it. But it's something like that. I think points as well. Don't get me wrong, the Portuguese league is obviously different to the Premier League. But from what he's done over there, I'm hoping he can bring, with his tactics and stuff like that, hopefully he can do well with us. And with the players we've got, we can challenge for Europe next season. Because I'll be happy with a top 10 finish, but I do think we can challenge for top 6, top 7 if we finish our chances. And I think we need to strengthen at the back a bit. But we'll just see what happens throughout the summer.
Yeah, would you be happy with continuing that 5 at the back formation that Wolves have got, or what do you think of
well, I know Bruno, he has different tactics than Nuno. Obviously, Nuno likes his 5 at the back with his wing backs. Bruno doesn't like that, really. I think from what I saw, he wants to go over 2 up top. So I think from what I saw against Crewe, it looked like he was working with Jimenez and Fabio Silva as a partnership, potentially up front. But I think that could be decent, to be honest. I mean, Fabio Silva, 35 million we paid for him. He's literally my age, 18. Big price tag for a young kid. Obviously, he got brought in as a development player to try and develop him over the next few seasons. Obviously, with Jimenez's injury last season, he got brought into the first team more. So I've seen a lot of Wolves fans slating him off. Some of my mates who are Wolves fans have been slating him off. I think that's a bit disrespectful to the kid because he didn't get brought in to play that much football in the Premier League in the first season because of Jimenez's injury. It was because of that. And don't get me wrong, we had obviously William Jose as well, but let's be honest, he didn't. He didn't do anything really. He scored 1 or 2 goals, but that was about it. I was expecting a bit more off him, to be honest. But it's one of them.
Do you have any dream signings for Wolves that are relatively realistic?
Realistic one. You know, that Trincano we've just signed. I've been looking at him in the last couple of seasons when he's been at Barcelona, and I've been wanting us to sign him for a long time. He looks like a decent player, and I'm glad we've got him, to be honest, because I reckon if he can perform in the obviously with every player who comes to the Premier League, the question is, can they adapt to the Premier League? I'm hoping he can. If he can, I reckon he'll be a good player. But that's probably one of them, to be honest. A few others, obviously, there was a point where before, obviously, Bruno Fernandes went to Man United, we was linked with him at points, and I would have loved him down us, but realistically, was he going to come to us? No. Obviously, there's been stupid ones where obviously our Portuguese linking with Mendes, with Ronaldo, Ronaldo's age. Ronaldo coming to Wolves. I've seen was it last season and season before, obviously on like Sky Bet, stuff like that, the odds for him to come to us and that. Don't get me wrong, it would have been amazing if he would have, but realistically, would he come to Wolverhampton Wanderers? No.
Yeah, definitely not.
But yeah.
You never know.
You never know. There's always that bit of hope.
Yeah, maybe when he's like 42 or something. But, yeah.
So all going well then in the transfer window. Where do you think Wolves can finish next season?
But like I said previously, I would be happy with a top 10 finish. I think we can finish top 10. I'm hoping we finish above the Villa though. I can't have Villa finishing above us again because all my Villa mates, oh my God.
Shit on the Villa. Shit on the Villa tonight.
Yeah, Villa, I'll give it to them. They've done well. Like people are saying, they're going to challenge for Europe next season. I don't think they'll challenge for Europe. I don't think they've got a decent side, but I don't think they'll challenge for Europe. I think Leeds have a better chance of challenging for Europe than them. But I'll be happy with a top 10 finish. I'd love to get back into Europe because when I was in the Europa League, I went to a few European nights at Molineux, and the atmosphere was. Some of the teams, obviously, we played. I went when we played Prague and that, Besiktas as well. Slovan Bratislava. Well, their fans were proper violent though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was the night before they're smashing up all the hotels in Wolverhampton. When I went there, like I was with my dad and his mate and his son and that, and we walked past the load, and they had like weapons in their hands and that. They didn't attack us, but They were smashing up all the toilets in Molineux, and there was their fans were violent. But yeah.
To get them on European nights, I mean,
Yeah.
this stuff of dreams, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wolves, isn't it?
You wouldn't know as a Watford fan.
It's not happening anytime soon. We had the FA Cup final a couple of years. Where...
Oh, please do not mention that. Please do not mention
but then,
that.
to be fair, us losing got you into Europe, in fairness.
Yeah, he did in the end. I mean, when I just want to remember that semi-final when it was 2-0 up.
One of the best days of my life.
Yeah.
Followed by the worst.
Followed by the worst.
Going with hope and then just get battered.
There you go, battered by City.
Yeah.
One of them days. What about top of the league? Who do you think is actually gonna?
To be honest, I think Chelsea are going to win the league this year. I honestly think Chelsea are going to be up there. Since Tuchel's come in, he's transformed that team a lot. Obviously, got the Champions League with him. I do think it'll be between City and Chelsea, but I think Chelsea will come out on top. I think Tuchel's got a master plan there. With that squad is pretty decent.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
good.
A lot of people have said, City might win the league because of their squad depth and that. Yeah, they've got a decent squad depth, probably the best in the league and that. But I do think Chelsea will win it this season upcoming. A lot of people saying City. But I'm different. I think Chelsea.
There's a lot of title contenders now. You know?
There is.
It's got to be a good season. I've got a good season.
It is. It's going to be. I mean, plus fans are back as well, so it'll be interesting to see.
Even better.
Obviously, majority of last season was without fans. It'd be interesting to see how players adapt back to full capacity stadiums again. Because before we know fans, the pressure wasn't on as much, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But now with fans back at full capacity, they'll have a bit more pressure on because they've got like thousands of eyes watching in the stadium. So it'd be interesting to see what happens.
I feel like someone like Sheffield United, like last season, the season where they did their first season in the Premier League, where they did so well. I feel like that was because like a big part of that was because of their fans, and like I feel like some of the smaller clubs, even like Wolves, like it helps them. It like properly drives them on. I think they did struggle. Your Wolves, your Sheffield United obviously had a
yeah.
I think it could play a bigger part than people think. Even Liverpool, I think.
Get in. Especially obviously the defeats they had at Anfield. Before that, they went on. I can't remember the exact number, but they went on a big unbeaten one, didn't they, at Anfield? And obviously we know fans, it affected them, and in the end cost them the league. So.
I still can't get over that Watford Liverpool win, Ollie. You know.
Oh come on! Was that too long ago?
I know, but it was just it was so unexpected.
Oh, when you ended there, I remember when Saar got two in that game, didn't he? I remember. Yeah,
that was game before the lockdown for Watford as well.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, so it was a decent...
I was meant to go to that game. And
that was that was the United played Man City that day as well. It was the Manchester derby. I remember. I don't think it was the day before lockdown, but it was like the last game with fans in ground.
Yeah.
Something like that. That was good. I remember watching that.
Ages and ages, just no fans. Honestly, it was like, it was the FA Cup final. I remember the Leicester Chelsea just this year.
Yeah,
and obviously having fans back just for that game. That was around Wembley at the time, and it was just electric. It was like to see everyone back. So nice to see. Same thing with obviously the Euros and getting all the way there, and just the atmosphere at Wembley at that time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I was the final and that the atmosphere saw the ground. It was nice to be back in that atmosphere again, if you know what I mean.
Even if you're not in the ground, it's just
and obviously, with me getting stopped every 2 seconds, it was just even more crazy. Wow.
That's good, doesn't it? I wonder if you get
this season
recognised at Wolves a lot.
Yeah.
Well, there's this freestyler. Ewan, his name is EB Skills. Don't know if you ever heard of him. He's like local to me, but he does a lot of work with Wolves. He's verified on TikTok and that. I mean, he's only got like 45k followers, but on Instagram he's got 110k, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
So he's big on Instagram. But like, I did a collab with him down goals. Start of May. That was my first major collab I did. And obviously he said he's going to try and get me potentially some stuff at Wolves as well. And there's a few others who work at Wolves that said, obviously now things are getting back to normal, they can try and get me stuff. And obviously I did feature on the Wolves official TikTok page. They use my sounds, my get
Yeah,
out thing for
yeah,
Wolves
I remember
versus West
seeing
Brom.
that. Yeah, that was good.
So obviously the players have got to see my TikToks. Obviously, I don't know if you guys saw Alberto Moreno. After it did seem like it was my get out thing because he was doing my hand actions and that.
I reckon.
Like that's crazy. Like I'm getting noticed like all over there as well. I've had obviously I've had Chelsea as well. There's a few others.
It really hurt.
Oh, it was lovely to see. Lovely to see.
Oh, I mean, fair play to Villarreal. That was the underdogs in that game, and that penalty shootout was unbelievable.
It was.
It had to be the hair that
Villarreal.
Yeah, it had to be
that night, I cried, and I remember coming on Discord with the boys, and I was getting absolutely violated, and I just had to go off. I just went off and I went to bed. I was having fun of it, honestly. It was awful. It was awful. Oh. 2 finals have been choked this year, and I'm feeling it is what it is. That's football, though. That is football.
Yeah, it is football for you.
Villarreal were unreal with their penalties.
Yeah,
there were bad penalties from both sides, but they just.
United were just so shit. They were just genuinely so.
Even
bad.
I think Luke Shaw's as well was so lucky when in.
Yeah.
Just hitting the keeper.
Honestly, Luke Shaw is my left back though. That final when it went in, I remember obviously. The boys went to London, like us and a few of us. We went to Wembley on that day as well, actually, and it was really good.
And I didn't bump into you guys then.
So we knew a load of people would be down there, but it was so crowded.
You couldn't move.
I'm currently positive for COVID, so I reckon I've got it from Wembley. So that's not very good.
But rubbish underneath our feet.
All the rubbish on the floor. Wow.
Yeah, all the rubbish. I mean, where I was stopped, obviously we stopped in the hotel overnight, so we were staying there the day after, and we properly went around Wembley and that, and all the rubbish. Yeah, you could see the litter pickers picking it all up, and I spoke with a few of them, and they were saying they've been on since early hours of the morning. I was like, really? And they said, yeah. I was like, I felt sorry for them. I couldn't do that. I mean, it's bad enough like picking litter, like you see the litter pickers in the streets, like near obviously you guys and obviously me and that. You see them in the streets and that, but down there picking all that up.
Yeah, no, it was. I haven't seen anything like that. It was really bad. It was really bad. Really,
really bad. I mean, when I was down there, I literally some people going that crazy over me. I got dragged to the floor, and obviously because there's all glass everywhere on the floor, I cut my hand on some glass. I mean, people go crazy on me, but you don't get that crazy where you literally drag me to the floor. And people asking for like where we was at the other side of Wembley Park, so, and our hotel was all the way the other side, so we had to go through all that crowd. And obviously my hand was pouring out of blood, so I had to use my mate's top. And there was people asking for pictures. I'm like, can you see my hands? Like, I need to go and get to the, you know what I mean? It was crazy.
Yeah. Oh my god, wow. No, if you could have chose 5 people to take the penalties, who would you have chosen? Would you have kept it the same? Would you have done something different? Like, would you have kept? Obviously, who did they take off? They took a few players off, for example.
Hendo came off.
Well, they took a few players off, like Hendo and stuff, and obviously changed it.
The thing is,
what would you, if you were Gareth Southgate, right? What would you have done? Would you have done?
I think the mistake he made was going youth over experience. I think if he would have gone, if he would have gave like Sterling, Grealish, if he would have picked them for the penalties, I think we might have had a better chance. Don't get me wrong, no disrespect to the younger ones, but
no, definitely not.
In a big situation like that, especially for like Saka. I mean, he's a year older than me. He's 19.
Yeah,
he's got literally the weight of the whole nation on his shoulders to score that penalty in a European Championship final. I mean, obviously Sancho and Rashford. I mean, Rashford, that one surprised me a bit because he usually buries them.
Yeah.
But I think we should have gone with the last 3. Obviously the other 2, obviously they took theirs. And obviously Rashford, but instead of Sancho and Saka, I think we should have gone with Grealish and Sterling, really.
Yeah, well.
And I heard something as well that apparently Pickford was going to be the 6th taker as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
From what I saw, and if you look at the camera angles as well, after he spoke with Saka, he spoke with Pickford after, so you could tell Saka was taking 5th and then Pickford's taking 6th. I mean, Pickford, he's got a kick on him as well, so I think maybe if you'd have done maybe the other way round, we might, mate. I don't know.
Definitely hasn't kicked on him. We know that from
It would have
that
been
Dyke
nice.
situation, don't we?
But like hindsight is, you could say this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
realistically, anyone can take a penalty. It's
Yeah.
just at the time. Like, that's why I think it was a bit weird that Saka took, because he's never took a senior penalty.
No.
He's literally my age. So I like say having the weight of the whole nation on it. It's just too much for someone.
Yeah.
And he had a good tournament as well. So I think it was harsh that he ended the tournament like that.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, everyone knew just what would happen on Twitter and all that.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. So
It's disgusting.
horrible.
that Luke, I just want to talk about that Luke Shaw goal quickly. Like, honestly,
Again,
absolutely, bro, I can't help it. He's my left. Like, I just can't. I can't. Honestly,
he was up.
The scenes. Like, as soon as that went in, okay. First of all, I was going absolutely insane, and second of all, I thought we had Italy. I thought they were in the mud. Honestly, I thought we won
The
that
first
game.
half an hour, we was all over.
We
them.
was so
Especially that first half. But whatever Southgate said to them at half time, like he changed stuff up and that. Like the half time team talk did not work because second half that was typical Italy, to be honest, in the second half.
Italy are a really good side, and honestly, they won fair and square. Like, I don't know. They played well.
We had a obviously with the whole Chiellini thing with Saka and
I thought the way he literally grabbed his shirt and literally
it was very unsportsmanlike at the very
least.
Oh, definitely.
But then again, he's experienced. He
knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
They know what they have to do to win, and that's where experience really came in.
Yeah.
Even with Donnarumma, he's surprisingly experienced for someone who's
Donnarumma he's such a good keeper.
He's such a good keeper,
So much potential.
It's just one of them on the day. I mean, I won money from it, so
yeah, same. I won 45 quid. Yeah,
I didn't want to win money really, but I mean,
no, I would have taken the win over the money. I would have.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. We move.
Yeah.
It is, but we got next year. Yeah, but like you say about that Shaw goal, it gave very Trippier vibes at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Literally,
everything.
Yeah.
I think at that stage everyone thought it actually could come home.
Yeah. Literally.
I mean, literally, I was running all around the hotel I was in, and that chairs were going, bees were going. It was great. It was crazy in there. Outside as well, we looked out the window and oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine if someone bet the odds of Luke Shaw scoring the first goal. Imagine how much money you could have won.
Everyone's first goal bet.
You could have won so much money.
No one put money on Luke Shaw.
No.
I mean, yeah.
It was even more crazy as well that it was his first international goal for England as well. And imagine final.
I know.
It was a very good goal as well. Like
great finish.
Really well.
Great ball.
Wicked link up play from the both wing backs and Trippier's put in, and then that finish
his technique is so good.
Yeah.
Even Luke Shaw's through balls and stuff. The way he does it is just so clean. So good.
That's why he definitely had to start with Chilwell the whole tournament.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Did Chilwell get any game time?
No.
I don't think he did. No, I don't think he did.
He a few times as well. Actually, he wasn't even on the bench. So, complete backup. But no, Shaw's levels ahead. So, Southgate obviously knows what he's doing. He got us that far. So The fortunate thing is, even after, because I think everyone as well just misses the whole vibe of the Euros and So we got the World Cup to look forward to next year. It's very rare.
Weird one in the winter though.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be. I mean, my birthday's in December as well, so it's going to feel strange. A World Cup in my birthday month as well. I never thought that would ever happen in my life.
You'll never ever experience that again. That would be good.
Well, yeah, only another 18 months is something like that.
Yeah.
So
not too long to wait.
No.
The league season and then we're straight into the World Cup. And fingers crossed. But it's going to be different from the Euros, obviously.
I mean, there's another conspiracy as well that obviously we finished 4th at the World Cup, 3rd in the Nations League, 2nd at the Euros, potentially this World Cup.
Oh,
yeah. Who knows? I'm hoping. I can't deal with another heartbreak. I'm just saying that.
Oh, I know.
Start off the tournament with
no England heartbreak,
and they crush it, and it's just. Fingers crossed.
Honestly, the scenes at Wembley, though, just the whole atmosphere, everyone chanted. It was such
Yeah.
good vibes.
Yeah.
And then we score the first goal.
Yeah, but
you're like, oh, it's going to be the fucking best day
second minute
ever.
as well against it. It was like, was it the fastest goal in a European Championship final, something like that? I think I saw.
Gotta be.
Like against the Italians as well, who did really well throughout the tournament as well. Like it was just
their mentality is so good. Like the way they will fight. Like it doesn't matter. They won't stop. Yeah, that's what I love about them.
That was the difference, actually. I think because they just we very much sort of after that first goal, they were just so no one expected, not even England expected to score so early on.
Oh, no.
That wasn't the plan at all. So I feel like from then we needed to then kill the game off and get another because they looked so sort of confused.
Yeah.
And then we ended up just sort of playing more defensively, and you're playing a side like Italy that are just so good at everything. So they were eventually going to break through, and the goal was a bit sloppy, but they got the ball in the net at the end of the day, and then we're just England on penalties, so you can't rely on us.
I thought we ended the thing at the World Cup against Colombia, but
honestly, it was it. That before that game, in my head, I'm gonna be real. I didn't have a good feeling. Okay, I was just like, I don't know what's gonna happen here. I have faith, but I don't have a good feeling.
Yeah.
Right. And then we scored that first goal. I'm like, okay, right, I have a good feeling now. And then it just went to shit. It literally, It did. It was so like my spirit level was so high, and then it literally went down and down and down, and then it got more nerve wracking, and then penalties, and that's what I didn't want.
It
was,
no one did, but
no.
I thought extra time was just boring, really. Cause
it was.
You couldn't really, you're looking away from the TV every other second. So, but
Luke, I have a question for you.
Okay.
In the future, are you gonna make a YouTube channel? Have you got a YouTube channel in the works? Like,
I have got a YouTube channel. I did start posting on there a few months ago. I was just like, I could do my Q&As on a thingy on TikTok. I put different ones onto YouTube. I have started that up again. But people have asked me for start doing vlogs and that, so maybe I might start doing vlogs potentially if I can get to Wolves games. Maybe get a season ticket. Might be match day vlogs every week potentially. But obviously at the minute I'm working on my Twitch more. To try and get that more up. Maybe I might start streaming more on there. I think I'm on nearly 1k followers on there, I believe, something like that. I'm close to that anyway.
Are you gonna set a webcam up and everything? Are you gonna try and sort that?
People ask, I am gonna when I start going a bit, because obviously in the mic at the minute I haven't got one. So when I do my streams, I play a couple of people who join it. I get on average at one point I can get between 20-30 people on at once, but altogether unique viewers it can be up to 100. It just depends at the time of the day as well. I haven't really got a proper schedule at the minute, but I'm in the works. Me and one of my business managers, we're working on obviously sorting the server out, making it a bit more creative on my actual Twitch channel as well, and then looking at a proper schedule in the next couple of weeks. Obviously I'll put it on my socials as well. Obviously I'll put it on my TikTok when I'm on band as well. But that's the only problem at the minute. I was going to have to speak with you guys, and I was going to put on my main account and that. Obviously, thank you and thank you. But because I'm banned now, I can't. I can put in my backup account and maybe put on Thursday. Thank you, if you know what I mean. But
honestly, we appreciate it all because you didn't have to come on air and help us out, but you've done it, for an act of kindness, and we really appreciate that. Obviously, we're a new YouTube channel and we're just trying to grow and that first podcast, we had no expectation that you were going to come on. We did it as a joke. We were like, oh, cool, let's get Luke Bennett on. In our heads, we were like, that will never happen. But you saw it, and we appreciate you coming on and everything. It means a lot, mate.
No worries.
It does mean a lot. It does. Oh yeah. I think we should end it there. We appreciate you being here, mate.
No worries. It's a pleasure to talk to you guys.
Thank you. If you obviously haven't, checked Luke Bennett out, all his socials will be in the link below. Obviously on Spotify. Just head over to the YouTube, and you'll see it. So yeah, thank you, mate. We appreciate it.
No worries.
Make sure you like and subscribe if you watch it on YouTube, and drop a follow if you're on Spotify or whatever it is. I don't know what you do, like it or whatever. But
I think you got to follow there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you guys next week for a podcast. Goodbye. Bye.
Taking chances, I lied it all up, but it never held to me.